Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, I'm going to be looking at these new contracts that have come up. Now, these are the type of contracts I was expecting with delivery contracts, where you would source the materials yourself and you would get nice rewards from them. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the profit we're going to earn when these become live, but these could be really, really good profits, but the actual missions that I do like. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Zeus here. I'm going to request the delivery of my Zeus, which is 120 something cargo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these new missions we've got. So if we come over to contracts here, these priority ones, and just looking at them, there's some here for resupplying, there's some here for salvage, so you're having to get some stuff. Now this bottom one here, I just saw, if I can find it again, I just saw one for 3 million. See this one here, Pyro Gateway to Pyro Gateway for 391,000, so it's a small delivery, and it's copper and corundum. And you got this one at 30 million, which is 330, so that's for a big ship. But I did see this one around here, 80 for 3 million. Where was it? 94, 63 and 63. So 63 tin and 63 pressurized ice. 6 million would be the profit we're going to earn. So we can get tin. So we could fill up our ship with this. So let's do this. So I'm going to accept this offer here, 6 million. We're going to go over to Arbitrary and Arbitrary. Let's have a look at where we can buy the cargo from. So 63 is what we want. So if we look over here at pressurized ice and we put on here 63, we're looking at Port Tressler or Ruin Station, Magnus Refueling and Terra Mills. So we'll go to Port Tressler because we can have it auto load as well. And so we're looking at about 40,000 for that. We're not going to be selling it, so the gross profit doesn't matter, but 40,000 for 63 of that. And then if we look at tin, where can we get tin from? We can get tin from Magnus Gateway, Jump Point, and 63 of that's going to cost 18,000. So we're talking about 53,000. We should have enough of that. So I want Magnus Gateway and pressurized ice and Port Tressler. Magnus Gateway and Port Tressler is where I want to go. Right. So we want 63 of each. I'm going to take that one, which I've done now. I've accepted that. And I've got my ship. I'm just going to get it down here now. So I've got the Zeus, 128. 63 and 63 is 126. So we still have a bit of space. Now, this is going to be the question here now, is can we buy some stock on auto load and then load it and then put the ship away and then auto load again from there with that stock already on it at a different place. So that's what we're going to test out. Now, like I said at the beginning, this is the type of cargo missions I was expecting when cargo missions was coming, not the just grabbing the boxes and deliver them like a package mission. I wanted more, you have to source the material yourself and then you go on and then you can fulfill the contract that way. So it doesn't matter how you get that material, you're just getting that material and you're sourcing it yourself. You could maybe pick up a mission where you have to deliver it and get that stuff for free, but I think for 50,000 it's not too bad. So let's do this. Okay, so let's get some. So I've got out the Taurus and I'm over at Port Tressler. I'm going to pick up some pressurized ice. So I'm going to pick up size. Let's have a look. I need to pick the Taurus here. I'm going to pick size 16s. I'm going to pick 4 of those. And that's going to cost us 44,600 and 1.5 minutes on that, so 44,600 So I picked a bigger ship because I tried this with the Zeus, and it turns out that the pressurized ice and the tin only comes in size 8, so the 2 places that I was looking at. So that's why I have picked up the Taurus instead. Okay, so let's see how this is laid out. I'm hoping we've got 4 lots of 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many can we get in this side now? Probably another 2 or 3. Okay guys, so here we are over at Magnus Gateway. So we've picked up the pressurized ice in the Taurus. I'm currently in Taurus. I did try with the Zeus, but because the pressurized ice and the tin can only come in 8s, there wasn't enough space to get enough into the thing, the 128. You can't have 128 of 8s, 16s and 24s and 32s. So I picked the Taurus instead, and I picked up the first 64 of the pressurized ice, and now we're just going to pick up the tin. Now, I also did this in a Starlancer Max, and when I came to bring up the Starlancer Max after the auto load, it destroyed the ship. Now, I think that's because I called it from upstairs, and I think what it might be doing is trying to assign it a smaller hangar, and then something's going wrong and it's ended up destroying the ship. So what I would suggest to do is, especially with the Starlancer, is go downstairs to the hangar itself and then call it, so you can see the animation of what's going on, rather than calling it from upstairs, because when you go by the time you go downstairs, it's destroyed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on land here now, put the ship away, get the next load, and then head out to a retry. There we are. Turn engines off. Turn engines off. So let's put this away and go and grab the stuff. Now, also what happened earlier on as well is it didn't show the cargo in my Zeus. I tried getting out the Zeus and the cargo wasn't in it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one away now, bring up the Zeus and see if the cargo's in it. It probably won't be.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
So let's store the Taurus.
Move to our storage facility. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
And what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to go and buy the cargo. And so, why is this good, these new missions? I think they're really good because it brings a lot into play. It can bring pirates back into play because there's a reason now for them to jack you, whereas when we had contracts before, it was harder for them to sell that cargo. Whereas now they could have these contracts themselves and jack you. It's going to bring smaller commodities into play, like tin and stuff like that, what we won't normally touch, because it's just not profitable enough. So it brings the economy back into play, a better economy for us, that we can now buy this stuff and it has a meaning. So this is the 128. So that's, see there, it still shows that I've got the pressurized ice on that ship. Taurus, that's the one we want, and we want tin, and we're going to get 16s, and we're going to get 4 lots. So, well, let me get 4, let me get 3. So what I'm going to have to do is try and get another one in somehow. So if I buy those 3, and then what I need to do is just reset this. So 3 lots there. So I need 2 lots of 8 to try and somehow fit in there as well. I'll try and grab a 16 and see if I can get that in. And I'll grab 2 8s. See if I can get them in there. I'll have to put them into there. And buy that. Okay. And so it brings the economy into play. Not only do we as cargo runners have the ability to then go and buy this stuff, and we can buy it with our own money, our own risk, and it's the smaller commodities. We're not having to fight for things like gold and those bigger commodities. Also, we could have people mining and salvaging in the salvage ships and mining ships as well, can pick up these contracts and go out and get the commodities that way. So it opens a lot of doors, and especially for groups as well. Groups could, work together. Someone could go out mining, and then they go and refine it, and then pick it up on a what's it called, ship, or salvaging, where someone can go and salvage and pick up. Someone could come along and pick up the cargo while someone's still salvaging, so they could be picking up different things that way. So there's a lot to it that we can do with these missions. So that's why I really like this. It's going to open up the economy a lot more for us. So let's bring up the Taurus now.
Your vehicle has been. Please visit us again.
So this time it shouldn't destroy it. I think it ends up destroying it by putting it in the wrong hangar when we get it with the upstairs one. Right, so how am I going to get this in here? So I would always suggest coming down and grabbing your ship this way rather than upstairs. Now this is going to be hard to do, to try and get this on, I think. Not going to be an easy thing to do. Pick that straight up and push it across. That's what I'm hoping to do, basically, is that. So I could have probably got a 16. And I'm hoping that stays in then, in the ship. So we got it in that way. That seems to have done better. Hopefully it stays like that. So let's head over to where we need to go. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go and see if that cargo's still there after we did that, because sometimes they end up disappearing out. Nope, still there, so that's good. Okay, so we're at the gateway now, so let's go and get ourselves through it. wherever it is. Okay, so let's do this. So I've not done a jump point or a jumps through a gate since the testing in the PTU before it became a thing. I've stayed mainly in Stanton. So this will be my first visit to Pyro since it 4.1 came out or 4.0 came out. Okay, let's start dropping some at speed. There we go. Entry requirements met. It's tuning. Activate the jump point. Here we go, guys. Onto Pyro. Seems quite slow. When we first used to do this, it was a lot faster. Seems much easier now. And the colour's changed already to red or orange, which means we're on the Pyro side now. There's the opening, the other side. Whoa, almost hit a rock there. Right, so we need to find obituary. Obituary. Or obituary. There we are. Let's get to that. There we are. Away we go. Okay, here we are over at Bloom. So we need to now head over to obituary station. This is where we could get hit by pirates, so this is where we're going to be worrying. Okay, now we should be good. Okay, so we have issues with this sometimes not tracking the shipment. So what we have to do is cancel that, and then we should then be able to find obituary again on here. There we are. There we are. So now we're just going to get to the station, put the ship away, and get rid of the cargo. Now, there used to be missions where you used to go and sell the cargo at the terminals, but obviously now with the freight elevators, I'm presuming we've got to put this in the freight elevator, so that's what I'm going to do. Put my shields up. Let's get a spot. Okay, coming into obituary now. There we go. Turn engines off. Turn engines off. Right, let's go and check, see if all the cargo's even there. Did any of it fly out? Oh, it's all there. Definitely all there. Get up. No, I don't want to get in the bed. There we are. So at least they're there now. Cool. Right, let's get these into the thing. So it's a mixture of free trading cargo and missions, which is really good. So I'm glad both those boxes made it. I'm wondering if can you also end a contract as well. So we'll give that a look. Make sure that option's available. So it's really good this because we can decide what cargo we're buying on those contracts and go and source it ourselves, whether that's mining, salvaging, pirating, or buying the cargo, or just finding the cargo around. And it also brings in smaller things into play like tin and pressurized ice and those things that we won't normally touch. So it brings the economy into play, which is really good. And it's like I said, it's a mixture of free trading and contracts as well. So you're getting a mixture of the two. Like we can auto load the cargo, and then unload it ourselves here to finish it off. So it's a mixture of the two, which is really good. So I'm really liking this as a new upgrade for the cargo running. It's definitely what I wanted to begin with cargo. This is what I originally wanted cargo running to be like. Free trading, but on demand. So basically we're taking the cargo that's needed to the places where they need it. Last box. Let's get this up on here. Now let's put that away. Let's have a look at the mission. Can we actually abandon the mission as well? That's the other thing to look at. So we can only abandon it. We can't actually submit it. So we can't early submit this as a mission like you can with the box ones, where the delivery ones. Right. So if I was to push down on that, there's the contract orders. Confirm that. What's that going to do? Is that going to do it? There. 63 of 63 pressurized ice. And 63 of 63 of tin. Now, will that leave me with one? Yep, so it's even left me with the spurs as well, which I can then go and sell. So that's really, really good. So that mission's done. Did I get 3 million for it? 6 million? I did get 6 million for it. Wow. So I know that price is going to come down, but that is exactly what I was expecting for delivery missions. I didn't expect them to be like the box missions where you just ended up just picking up boxes and then delivering them. This way we get a choice. Like we can go for the smaller stuff, or we can do free trading. So if we're picking up some cargo, we could also pick up free trade cargo as well and sell that at the place we're going to. So it makes it a lot better as well that the cargo we're picking up will also be able to do that. Now next time I'm going to try to see if I can just sell it straight from the ship and see if that works. That's something we need to look at next time as well, rather than unloading it. So I'll try that in the next video. And so yeah, so that's the cargo missions, or the new way on the free trading. I really like that, a mixture of the two. I'm hoping that stays and that's how it becomes, because for me that will boost the economy. We'll be able to buy stuff that we don't normally buy, stuff that's just obsolete, because it's no point unless you've got a massive ship. And It's going to bring piracy back into it because they've got something they can do with it now, as well as the, like I said, doing missions and getting a good payout. So also, if say if I lost that cargo, which I did a couple of times due to bugs, I can just go and rebuy that cargo, or re-salvage that cargo, or re-mine that cargo. So it's really, really good that works that way. So let me know, guys, what your thoughts are in the comment section, and are you liking this new way? And yeah, so we hope you like this video, guys, and we'll see you guys out in the verse.